See, you're never going to understand what Emaar is doing with Dubai right now by building one of the most beautiful communities inside this city, which is the fastest growing city in the whole world right now, ranks in top 10 in the GPCI Global Power City Index. Now, Emaar being the market leader is always evolving and increasing and elevating the lifestyle and the experience in the market of Dubai. And let me tell you one more thing that not many brokers would be able to convey in the market is Emaar always go with the flow where the market is turning. So let me explain you how. Now, Emaar is about to launch their new cluster in Oasis with the name of Palmiera Collective. Basically, it's an extension of Palmiera 2. So for the audience who are very new to the channel and they are watching this video for the very first time, I'm talking about Emaar Oasis first launch, Palmiera 1. They started off with the Oasis first launch with the price range of 8.5 to 9 million dirhams. And after that, they launch other clusters one by one. So I've explained it in very detail in my previous video. So in today's video, I'm going to give you a complete understanding on the difference of and how the price justifies every time when Emaar come up with some kind of a new idea. Oasis is one of the Emaar's most prestigious and ultra luxury community. And if you are watching from US, UK, Canada, or any other European market, and you are looking for that kind of a lifestyle and experience, and you're having a challenge, I would always say look in the planning of Emaar and you will find that kind of an experience. Now, I'm not saying that Emaar accommodates to all kinds of lifestyles and accommodates to all kinds of living experiences that people are looking for in Dubai. But if you have an idea of community living and you want to replicate that when you're moving or relocating to Dubai, Emaar is the only place where you will find that those kinds of experiences are elevated or replicated if you are already living in a very ultra luxury community in your own country. So the whole community of Oasis is comprises of 3,100 that we already know, right? So now the challenge is to understand how Emaar justifies whenever they come up with any kind of an innovative idea in Oasis and they increase the prices jump. So people literally worry that this is not the right kind of an asset to choose because the prices have already gone high and it is very and we are very late to enter right now. Now, I'm going to give you a very bold statement that in Oasis, even if you're getting an opportunity in the very last clusters of this master community, still there is a lot of value to be gained in the future for these kinds of an asset that Emaar is building right now. Now, I know everyone have a different objective. We can discuss this on a one-to-one call and understand your objective and then rightly maneuver to the very best options available in Dubai. Now, Emaar is not the only option. There are other options in the market, but this is the most safest stock that you will be investing in. Now, I am personally talking from the experience because all of my clients who have bought villas from me, they are end users plus investors. So I know genuinely that they always have questions regarding the living experience and they always go very deep into the layouts and the floor plans, which is why I have to evolve with time with their questions to understand where can I replicate their experiences. Only then I'm able to find those kind of right products available in the market of Dubai. Now, for that to understand, now to deal with an investor plus an end user who is not sure that he will be relocating inside that villa, but he's buying so that he doesn't lose value because of the ever increasing inflation in the whole world right now, and he want to preserve his wealth, but he is not sure that what he will do with that kind of an investment. But usually whenever an investor plus end user contact me, the discussion always go very deep. I always have to give them my micro analysis and the macro analysis of the market, and in whichever the assets that we are looking into, we have to be 100% sure in every angle that what we are expecting in the next coming 4 to 5 years time. I have seen that so many people are comparing Palmiera Collective with Palmiera 1. I personally think it is not a fair comparison, but even if you compare it and you do the microanalysis and you look into each and every depth of the new launch that Emaar came up with, it is 100%, it is 800 square feet higher size than the Palmiera 1. And also if you look into the floor plan, now in this video I don't want to go deep over the screen and show you the complete report, and you know, this video will become very much long. I have already completed the whole report, which you will also be seeing on the screen. I can share it with you if you contact me, but I wanted to just give you a brief explanation on this new launch so that you understand if you're selecting any kind of villa in Dubai right now. Now generally in the whole market of Dubai, there are many opportunities coming up in the future, and buyers always have the question that is there any better opportunity coming up in the future. Now I'm going to tell you in the end of this video what are the other opportunities coming up right now which you should look out for in 2026. These are the best opportunities. I think by far one of the best locations are being launched right now in 2026. But to explain about this new launch, in Palmiera Collective, Emaar increases the frontage of the plot, and they are only coming up with 38 houses. That's one thing. Second thing is that the dimension of the whole bedroom compared to Palmiera 1. So now when I was doing my complete analysis on this, I took Palace Ostra Villas, Address and Palace. They came up with the branded villas inside Oasis, which was a very huge success, got sold out very quickly. Now I compared Palace Ostra, Palmiera 1 and then Palmiera Collective, and I found out that the 4-bedroom with basement. Now you have to notice one thing, Palmiera 1 is by far no comparison with Palmiera Collective, because in Palmiera Collective, Emaar came up with almost 8,000 of a built-up area, 8,100 square feet of a built-up area. And also the houses are mostly on the water. Second thing is that if you look at the frontage of the plot of Palmiera 1 and compare it with Palmiera Collective, and even if you compare it with Palace Ostra, it is almost like 270 square feet long frontage that Emaar is giving in the Palmiera Collective, which we haven't seen in Palmiera 1. In Palmiera 1, the houses, if you see, the distance between each house is quite small compared to Palmiera Collective because they have much bigger plots. But if you look at the dimensions of 4-bedroom with basement in Palace Ostra and you compare it apple to apple with Palmiera Collective, and if you look into that, you will end up finding out the bedroom sizes of Palmiera Collective is 9% smaller than Palace Ostra villas. But then I got to thinking, like, if anyone wants a better living experience, he needs functionality in his layout. Also, by talking to so many investors who wants the right kind of an experience, they imagine themselves living inside that villa. So they got to thinking like if they are going to spend most of their time in the bedrooms or on the amenity sides. So if you compare the depth of the patio and the garden on the back side of the villa with Palace Ostra and Palmiera 1, Palmiera Collective is by far winning in all the arguments compared to all of those two types of villas. And one of the most important thing, if you go to the site of Oasis and you see the location of Palmiera Collective, which I will also flash it up over the screen, the site of Palmiera is the most heighted site in the Oasis community altogether. Now, why it is important? See, the thing is that in Palace Ostra, you have a basement, but it is only a G+2 villa. Whereas in Palmiera Collective, you have basement, ground floor, first, and you have your rooftop lounge with an ensuite. You have much more grander space and much more to do inside your villa. It is a kind of an additional feature of a penthouse in a 4-bedroom villa with basement. So these are the kind of features, if you look at in the whole market of Dubai, you will end up finding out that these are very unique features that people will be looking for whenever they will be coming to buy a ready villa in Dubai. So now imagine one more thing. If your villa has 4 levels and you have a rooftop lounge with a terrace, and let's say the whole community of Oasis is ready, and if you look at the master plan of Oasis, it's beautiful, right? It is filled with water, green spaces, and it has so much of an open space. Now in Palmiera Collective, if you just go to your rooftop when the whole community is ready, you have a complete expansive open views of lagoons, green spaces, amenity views. You have a much more broader view of the community compared to any other cluster that Emaar have launched in Oasis as of now. Now, if Emaar is asking 16 million, a 2 million difference compared to the previous launch of Mareva and Address and Palace branded villas. Now, this kind of feature you won't be able to find in Oasis. If, let's imagine right now, you will be able to find something which will be on the later launches on that side of Palmiera 1, 2 and 3, the prices will jump and increase. I'm not saying it will be a bad proposition to buy in those later cluster, but what I'm saying is, if you are liquid and you're looking for a villa opportunity right now in Dubai, this is one of the greatest opportunity that Emaar is giving us on the category of 4-bedroom plus basement right now in the whole market. So whenever you're buying a villa and you want to do the liquidity test, these are the micro details that you have to discuss with your broker or consultant. He should be able to provide you with all kinds of details so that you understand who will be your next buyer, and if the whole community is ready and people are coming to just look at the houses built around in that area, and everyone will jump towards the most heighted side of the community, and they are finding out that Palmiera 1 and Palmiera 2 are much more smaller houses, but also they will be much more affordable as well compared to these houses. But once anyone have a good liquidity and they have a big family and they need more functionality in the layout and they want to enjoy those kinds of experiences, they will look at the Palmiera Collective outlook, and they will end up finding out that they are much more wider plots compared to any other cluster inside that sub-communities of Palmiera 1, 2 and 3 and Meraas. Now Meraas, there was no chance of 4-bedroom because Emaar only launched 5-bedroom with basements and the 6 bedrooms. Then La Vita was the mansions, sizes are much more higher. Now La Vita was mostly bought by celebrities and Indian cricketers, Indian actors, and also some of the very famous business conglomerates from India as well, and also some of the royals also have bought it. But this is the power of the community of Emaar. Now, I'm not saying that your house is going to lose value in Oasis even if you buy in the later phases, but it all depends on your situation whenever you're coming to look at the opportunities in the market of Dubai. Whatever the later opportunities coming up, we're going to assess that, look into those micro details as we have discussed in this. Now, if you also go deeper into Palmiera Collective versus Palace Ostra, you won't be able to find much of a difference. And one more thing, in Palmiera 1, there are much more repetitive facades, the outer facades of the villa, whereas compared to this new launch of Palmiera Collective, you won't find those kinds of repetitive outer facades, which also makes a lot of difference for those kinds of global HNIs who are looking for a villa for their family. And if you compare every dimension of Palmiera 1 and Palmiera Collective, you will end up finding out the Palmiera Collective is 30% larger in every angle of every room in the living spaces. So it's my personal opinion that Palmiera Collective is no comparison with the Palmiera 1 or Palmiera 2. Palmiera Collective itself will have its own kind of market whenever the community will be 100% ready. And Emaar is the most safest option. We know that every cluster that they have launched, they are handing over before the given handover dates. This is the power of the right developer who knows how to build the beautiful communities. And now every time whenever you're buying Emaar, you're always buying communities, but if you look into those micro details, you will be maximizing the potential of your investment. So this is where I strategize what kind of units to pick. I already have selected the best unit inside the cluster map of this new launch. The launch is soon. There are only 38 units and most of the units are on water, but some of the people I saw that they were marketing as that it will be a swimmable lagoon, but that's not the case. It will be a kind of a canal water going through the community. But the good part is that unlike older lagoon communities in the whole Dubai, Emaar is coming up with much innovative solution in which they will be revolving around the water so that they will prevent the mosquito mess. So it will be a much more greater version of any lagoon community have ever been built in Dubai right now. So even if you're watching this video 6 months after I'm posting it and you get the opportunity in the very last cluster in Oasis, pick it up. this is the community that people will always think that they have missed the opportunity, like people have missed in Palm Jumeirah or people have missed in Emirates Hills. So still every Emaar community, even if it's ready, the growth is double digit. So whatever you have bought with Emaar, never sell it unless it makes sense to your financial situation and you want to move into the better opportunity. But don't fall for the hype. These are the assets that you will always hold long term. So now to summarize, in Palace Austria, you are buying you are buying a luxury villa, whereas if you look at Palmiera Collective, it is a kind of a mansion in which you have much more to do. You have a grand entertainment area inside the villa compared to Palace Austria, and Palmiera one will be in the category of much more affordable villas inside the community, because the whole Oasis community will be accommodating to those ultra HNIs which will be relocating in the future, or whoever have already relocated and they are expanding and they are looking for the opportunities. Now I got countless calls, people look for secondary options in Oasis, and I'm seeing day by day the transactions in the older sub-communities of Oasis have been increasing, because people who are coming up with families and they want to save up their cost of buying a house in Dubai, they are right now picking up those villas which are close to handover, because they don't want to go into later stage and end up paying more where they want to live. So to all in all summarize, Palmiera Collective is justified by the price and the kind of a size that Emaar is giving up. It is equivalent to a extra one bedroom apartment that you're getting on the rooftop, and it has 4 levels, which Emaar haven't done in any cluster as yet in Oasis. So this is the power, that they don't oversupply with the same kind of houses inside the community. If you have any questions or you want to access my reports, contact me on my given number that is mentioned over the screen. There will only be 38 units that Emaar is going to come up. There will only be 38 units, and EOI process have already been started for this new cluster. I know it will be a sellout, so but still I am 100% confident whenever anyone comes up to me for Emaar. I am 100% confident that I'm going to able to get secure a unit in any kind of a hype launch of Emaar. For those people who are very new to the channel, we are the #1 agency of Emaar. In the last year of 2025, we have an awards. I'm going to be posting. So even in 2025, we are #1 agency of Emaar in Dubai. So we always get the priority before launch, but we prepare our investor in very much advance. That's how I am able to secure all of my investors unit in Heights, Grand Polo, and even in Oasis last launch of Meraas. Now let's talk about what are the opportunities coming up. Now Nakheel is coming up with Bay Villas on Island E. Ellington new launch of Meraas is coming up on Dubai Islands B, which is again a beautiful and great opportunity coming up on Dubai Islands right now. I think Dubai Island is going to reap much more profits for their investors, and it is a very long-term ROI generating machine for a lot of people who are investing there. Now Aldar will be coming up with their another townhouses and villa community nearby to Dubai Silicon Oasis. Bengati is coming up with their villas and townhouses community. I don't know what are the information on that. One of the most interesting launch that I'm expecting is Meraas new launch right parallel to Dubai Hills Estate. It is a great plot. The location is already established. Whatever they will come up with, it will be a hot launch. We have yet to see the prices that they will come up with, but again, you have to understand whatever they will be coming up with, the opportunities that are available right now, the prices will be higher than that. And of that area of Dubai Hills Estate, the prices have already risen up. So if you want to secure the right price in the market of Dubai, you have to grab the opportunity which is right now in hand. If you wait for the later launch, you will be missing out on the prices. Whereas I'm going to be analyzing each and every product which will be coming up. Abu Dhabi is coming up big. Sobha is coming up with their complete master plan right next to Yas in Bahia, and the villas are starting from 10 million dirham. The EOI process have already been started. So if you're looking for any opportunity in Abu Dhabi, you can contact me right now. We can discuss it. Whereas I'm going to be posting the videos and explaining you details about those launches as well, and we are going to be analyzing and assessing. So thank you for watching. This is Matloob Ahmed Khan, Eon and Tristle signing out.